It is that time of the month again, my friends. In today's video, we cover Star Wars issue number 7. For today, we uncover something that I don't think we had an idea about. So, Commander Zahra was presented to us in one of the first issues of the Star Wars comic series that started all of this in 2020. These previews not only showcase Darth Vader meeting Zahra for the first time together with Tarkin, but how Governor Tarkin came to meet and befriend the now upgraded Commander Zahra. So the first page starts years earlier in the outer rim planet of Eriadu. It is Tarkin together with 2 stormtroopers telling 3 Imperial candidates that he requires a protege. However, he does not require all 3, only 1. They have all benefited from his instructions and influence as they rose through the Imperial ranks. He originally selected them because they had no other ties, which is exactly how Tarkin wanted it. They had no family, they had no distracting entanglements, no attachments whatsoever. They scored at the highest levels in the Imperial selection exams, and their potential was limitless. Their performance even showcases that. Now, however, they will show something that an examination cannot really showcase, and that is the worth of a person. Tarkin would send them to embark on a mission. Whoever came first was to be Tarkin's official protege and every benefit that came with it. Busted up and injured, eventually it was Zahra who came with the head of the monster. A monster that probably Tarkin sent them to hunt down, and she was the only successful one. She took the beast in the trees where it believed to be safe, but it wasn't. When Tarkin inquired about the others, the 2 other colleagues, she reminisced about the time when her parents were killed. She understood that life has no interest in playing fair. Since that day, she has seen with her eyes and not with hopes. Even though they ranked very high together with Zahra, in the end they did not understand the manipulation by Tarkin, the real task at hand. Even though Zahra tried to explain, when it came down to it, they simply had shown themselves to be unworthy. And with this, Zahra officially became the protege of Tarkin, making herself worthy in the eyes of the governor. In fact, Zahra would go on to attend pretty much every important meeting that Tarkin held. We see this meeting between Director Krennic, who is constantly arguing with Tarkin about him undermining him in Project Stardust. And if you've seen Rogue One, you know what the conflict is here. Simply put, Director Krennic dreamed of his pet project, which was the Death Star, but ultimately it was Tarkin who overtook the entire thing and made it his own pet project, took it away from Director Krennic and ultimately eliminated him altogether. Here in the corner you could see Zahra. In another interrogation room, we see a suspected rebel strapped in, getting ready to be tortured, with Tarkin smirking with happiness to see Zahra so cold-blooded. It was pointless to rebel, and now it is pointless to resist, as Zahra prepared the droid, the torture droid, and prepared herself to mentally break down this rebel. Lastly, we see Darth Vader and Zahra in the same room. Tarkin wanted to ask Zahra about an assessment for the rebel position. He thought Vader might be interested to grasp her tactics. She had been paying close attention to Tarkin's methods for quite some time now. And of course, Vader had heard of this one. She was the famed Zahra. Even Darth Vader recognized Tarkin's new foundling, the new girl on the block that was tearing everybody apart. But now Tarkin required a greater mission, one that only her was prepared to face. She had distinguished herself during her years together, and now he has a mission for Zahra. As he presented an image in front of Zahra, Tarkin told her that this is a warlord named Burnium Ro. He is operating out of a stronghold in the mid-rim world of Ikruk, proceeding to tell her everything about the operation, or as much as he could divulge, But in the end, for Zahra, it was more than sufficient. In fact, she was befuddled as to why they were making such a fuss about this warlord. Couldn't they just send an assassination squad? But Tarkin told her that this man is utilizing rhetoric and imagery associated with an obsolete criminal organization known as the Nihil. At one point, the group wreaked great havoc across a wide swath of the galaxy. They were agents of chaos. Enough said. Zahra understood that this is a message. This is not about just killing him, but this is about silencing the chaos that would ensue. Tarkin's last words to her was to go and bring him the warlord's head. As she had brought the head of the beast a long time ago when they met, now she needed to do the same, but with an even bigger monster. Knowing Zahra's origins might have been great, we just quickly saw her in the first issues of the Star Wars series, her talking with Darth Vader as well and trying to excuse herself or making excuses for how she failed to capture Leia, but this was officially how they met for the first time. Although I suspect since we do not see these characters in the movies, they will suffer a terrible fate. As much as we would like to not think about it, you know it's true. She needed to report what had happened. She tried to give him the usual fluff piece of how good they did, making it seem that the glass is half full and not half empty, as Vader's mindset was always shown to be. The signal analysis protocol she designed allowed them to locate two cells of the rebel fleet. They attacked both cells. While one was completely destroyed, the other escaped unfortunately, although they suffered very significant losses according to Commander Zahra. She would consider part of this operation a success, but partial success did not exist according to Darth Vader. She either succeeds or she doesn't. How could she have allowed the rebels to escape? Now Commander Zahra pulled out her excuses. The operation was disrupted by the Millennium Falcon. They believe Leia Organa was aboard along with other prominent rebel fighters. She attempted to destroy the vessel, but Vader immediately interjected, telling her that the Millennium Falcon is completely off limits. He is aware that she hates Leia Organa, and if possible, she has permission to kill her on the spot. But there is another individual that Vader had interest in. He often flied aboard the Millennium Falcon, and if he was killed, the repercussions would be significant. Vader knew that his son, Luke Skywalker, was frequently aboard the Millennium Falcon. His death would mean the death of his dreams, the dreams of Skywalker's ruling the galaxy. In a disappointed manner, Darth Vader told Zahra that much faith had been placed in her by both herself and Emperor Palpatine, especially after her previous failures. Vader wanted to hear no more of partial success. She needed to locate and destroy the remnants of all the rebel fleet. That was the ultimate success that Vader expected from Commander Zahra, and afterwards he simply dismissed her. What is interesting to see is that Vader ultimately adopted the philosophy of Master Yoda, although in an evil, dark manner. While Yoda insisted that someone do or do not, Vader had a similar approach to crushing his enemy. There was no partial success. He either succeeded or he failed. What do you guys think ultimately? Tell me down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.